Shri Sai Ram. Today we are going to start determinants, chapter 4. In this chapter, we are going to study about definition of determinant, and expansion of determinant up to order 3. Okay. And next one is we have some various properties on determinants, and next thing is application of determinants in finding area of a triangle, and also equation of a line joining points. Next we have to study about minors and cofactors, and next thing is we are going to study finding adjacent of a square matrix, and we can also find inverse of a matrix. Next we have consistency and inconsistency of linear system of equations, and also we are going to solve this system of linear equations of 2 or 3 variables using inverse of a matrix. Okay. See, these are all the topics we are going to discuss in the chapter determinants. The first is definition and expansion of a determinants. We have up to order 3, and properties, some various properties we have, and application of determinants, that is finding area of a triangle, and finding equation of a line joining points, and also we are going to find minors and cofactors of a matrix, and adjacent and inverse of a matrix. Already we have learned finding inverse of a matrix in matrix chapter, that is the last exercise. We learned how to find inverse of a matrix using elementary transformation of square matrices. Okay. We have learned finding inverse of a matrix first order and third order. Okay. So, here also we are going to find inverse of a matrix, but we are going to do in a different method, that is using determinants. And another one is consistency and inconsistency of a linear system of equations, that is also we are going to discuss. And most important topic is finding solution of a system of linear equations of 2 variables or 3 variables. We have one up to 3 variables, and we are going to solve those system of linear equations by using matrix method. That is mainly we are going to use inverse and determinant of a matrix. So, these are all the topics we are going to cover in this chapter, and from the exam point of view, we can expect 12 marks from this chapter. From this topic we are going to have 1 mark question. Okay. And from this one we are going to have 4 mark questions, okay, which is a last part of your question paper. We are going to have 4 mark question with a 6 mark which is from another chapter. So, anyhow we are going to have 4 marks from property of a determinants and application of a determinants, finding area of a triangle and equation of a line. Okay. So, we are going to mainly concentrate about finding area of a triangle, that is for 2 marks. So, which is the most important question from the point of examination, and this we are going to learn finding minors and cofactors of determinants. Generally you can expect 2 to 3 mark from this, and from this you are going to expect 5 mark questions. Definitely you are going to have 5 mark question in part D, finding solution of system of linear equations of 3 variables. Okay, definitely you will expect 5 mark question from this topic. So totally we are going to have 12 marks from this chapter. Okay, so this is some information about point of examination and the question paper pattern for this chapter. Now let us start with definition of a determinant. See, for every square matrix, you already learned square matrix in last chapter. What is square matrix? Which is number of rows is equal to number of columns. We call it as a square matrix. In this chapter, we are going to study about only square matrix. Okay. So, a square matrix of order n, we can associate that square matrix to an expression or a number. A number may be a real or complex, is called a determinant. Okay. So, every square matrix which is associated with a number which can be real or complex, okay, that we call it as a determinant. And also we can define this as a function. See, here I have taken M, where M is the set of square matrices and K is the set of real numbers or complex. Okay. See, for this I can define a function from M to K is defined as the function f of a is equal to k. That means, for every square matrix which is associated a real number or a complex number, we can call it as f of a as what? The determinant of a matrix A, which is A is a square matrix. Okay. Now we will see the notations of a square matrix. See, we can denote a square matrix between two parallel lines. Generally we call it as a modulus, but here we do not call it as a modulus, whereas we can call it as a determinant, or simply you can write det of A, or you can simply write delta, which is a small triangle, denotes a determinant of a square matrix. See, here I have taken some example over here. A is equal to, this is a matrix. See, when you are writing determinant and matrix, you should be careful. So, whenever you are writing a matrix, you should be enclosed with this brackets, or you can enclose it with this brackets that denotes a matrix. Suppose if you write something like this, which denotes, this is a parallel lines, which denotes what? Our determinant. Okay, do not confuse between a matrix and a determinant. Generally we denote the determinant like this, do not denote the determinant like this. Okay. So, here this is a see, this is a matrix of order 2, and that can be written as in case of determinants like this. So, this denotes a determinant of a matrix A. And also we can have only we can going to define determinants only for square matrix. We can't able to define a determinant for rectangular matrices, something like that. So, square matrices only having determinants. Okay. So, now see this square matrix having only determinants. Okay. We are going to talk about expansion of determinants of order 1, 2 and 3. We have expansion of determinants up to order 3, we do not have more than that. So, let us see one by one. See, this is a expansion of determinant of order 1. Order 1 means what? So, number of rows and number of columns should be 1, understand. So, that means here we have taken our matrix of order 1 as this is a square matrix. Okay. See, because the order is 1, so we have only one element, understand. Then the determinant of this one is equal to A itself, the element itself, because it has only one element. So, which is easy to expand determinant of matrix having order 1. Okay. So, next one we have determinant of a matrix of order 2. Okay. So, how you are going to expand determinant of a matrix of order 2 is, see See how many elements here we have? We have a number of rows is equal to number of columns, then the matrix of order 2 cross 2. Then we can define determinant of this matrix as, see, determinant of A, and this is a notations. I am using 3 notation at the same time. You can use any one notation for this. So, determinant of A is equal to the product of diagonal elements minus product of non-diagonal elements. That gives the what? The determinant of a matrix of order 2, which is very simple to calculate, understand. So, for this we have examples as well. See this, see we have some examples over here. See, we can evaluate the determinant value for this particular thing, which is order. What is the order? Which is 2 cross 2. Okay. So, here we can expand this, very simple. For expansion of second order determinants, which is very simple to calculate. See, what you are going to do is, you just multiply the diagonal elements minus non-diagonal elements. Okay. So, that gives the value of the determinant, understand. So, here 2 into 2, which is 4, okay, minus we have another element is 4 into another with another element is minus 1, 4 into minus 1. So, minus 1 into 4 is minus 4, minus 4 into minus, it will become plus. So, what is the answer? 4 plus 4 is 8. Okay. So, next similarly we can have another example over here. See, the entries are the algebraic terms. So, what are the things? So, we can easily expand, okay, diagonal elements x into x. So, x into x minus the product of non-diagonal elements. What is this? X into x will be x square minus, you just multiply this, you know this, x plus 1 into x minus 1, like a plus b into a minus b. What is that? So, which is x square minus 1. So, which is equal to x square minus, you can multiply, minus x square minus into minus 1 is plus 1. So, minus x square and plus x square get cancelled. So, you left with plus 1. That is how we are going to calculate a determinant of order 2. So, we end up with 1, that gives the value of this determinant, and next we have expansion of determinant of order 3. See, this is very important one since we are using very oftenly in problems. So, you should learn this. So, here as you know that this is a determinant of order 3, okay. See, this is a first row and this is a second row, this is a third row, first column, second column and third column, those things are very clear for us. So, next we will expand this in 6 ways, understand. So, earlier it was we are expanded the determinant of order 2 is only one way, that is the product of diagonal minus product of non-diagonal. Okay. Whereas in case of determinant of order 3, which is very, see, we can expand in 6 ways, understand. We can expand along R1, we can expand along R2, we can expand along R3, similarly we can do it for columns. So, we can expand this determinant in 6 ways, understand. Generally we will fix R1 only without confusion. So, we will expand the determinant of order 3 along first row only. So, let us see how to expand the determinant of order 3 cross 3 along R1, that is the first row. See here, we are going to expand A11, A12 and A13. We have some steps to expand this. See here, what are the elements along R1? So, A11, A12 and A13. See, we have to take A11 first. First you have to take A11, okay. A11. Okay, you take A11. So, you can multiply A11 with minus 1 to the power, see the suffixes of this one, okay, that is first row, first column. And how you are going to have this one, determinant of order 2 is, simply you forgot about, you simply delete this, okay, that is we are expanding, since we are expanding along R1. So, you forgot about this one, the R1 and the C1. So what are the elements we have is A22, A23, A32, A33. So you take that in the determinant form. Then again we have plus. Then again we have another element which is A12, that is first row second column. So that is similarly you can multiply that with minus 1 to the power the sum of the suffixes of this entry. What is the suffix here? A12, 1 plus 2. And now same thing you have to do is, what is going to do is, see, since you are expanding along R1, right, so you forgot about R1, understand. So now, and this element with along with C2, so you forgot about this C2 and R1. What are the elements we have? A21, A23, A31 and A33. Next, plus A13, you multiply A13 with minus 1 to the power 1 plus 3. What is this 1 plus 3? The sum of the suffixes of this element, okay, A13. So now similarly you do same thing. So A13 is, what is the position of A13? That is the first row, third column. You delete first row and third column, understand? So what are the elements we left here? A21, A22, A31 and A32. So this is how we can expand the determinant of order 3 along R1. Okay, this is the first step. So now these are the second order determinants. You already know how to expand the second order determinant. Product of diagonal element minus product of non-diagonal element. So here with continuation of that, see, plus, since minus 1 to the power 1 plus 1 in the previous slide. So what is minus 1 to the power 1 plus 1? So minus 1 to the power 2, it will become plus. We will see that one first. And here what do you have here? That is minus 1 to the power 1 plus 2, that is minus 1 to the power 3. Minus 1 to the power 3 is minus. So minus into A12 is minus A12, okay. So plus, and this, here also we have minus 1 to the power 1 plus 3, understand. Minus 1 to the power 1 plus 3 is minus 1 to the power 4, okay. What is minus 1 to the power 4? Which is again plus. So hence we got plus here. So again, so you keep A11 here and you can expand this. How you are going to expand this? Already we learned to expand our determinant of order 2. Product of diagonal A22 into A23 minus product of non-diagonal elements, that is this one, that is A23 into A32, or you can multiply A32 into A23, doesn't matter because multiplication is commutative, okay. So minus, similarly you can expand this into this minus this into this, okay. See, A21 into A33 minus A23 into A31 plus A13 of A21, you just multiply this and you just multiply this. So this is how we are going to have. Next, what is the thing? You just multiply A11 to this one. So A11 into A22, A23, and this you can multiply this, minus into minus becomes plus here, and you can multiply A12 to this one. So you will get this, and then with plus A13 into A21 into A32 minus A13 into A22 and A31. This is how we just multiplied and we call it as 1. Since we have expanded the determinant of order 3 along R1. See, we got this one, understand, okay. Suppose if I expand the same thing along some another column or a row, we will see that whether the value of the determinant is changes or not, we will see that. See, now we have another thing, expanding the determinant along C2, that is column 2. See, the same thing we have done here, we have just multiplied A12, A22 and A32 for multiplied with minus 1 to the power the sum of the suffixes of the respective elements over there, okay. See, minus 1 to the power 1 plus 2 minus 1 to the power 3, it is negative, and this is positive obviously, and this is negative because minus 1 to the power 3 plus 2 is minus 1 to the power 5, you will get minus. So, after that we had this. So, next what you are going to do is you just multiply this with the expansion of this one of order 2, you will get this one, see. And then see, look at this, after multiplication we got this, okay. After multiplication we got this, see whatever equation 2 and whatever equation 1, both are the same, okay. See, minus a11, a23, a32 and minus a12, a21, a33, the same thing you are going to have in equation 2. Since in equation 1 we have expanded the determinant along R1, and in equation 2 we have expanded the determinant along C2. Similarly, we can expand in any column or any row with the respective. See, I'll use some shortcut method to expand the determinant. See, expansion of a determinant of order three cross 3, okay, this is order, okay. As you know that this is A11, okay, and this is A12, A13, and here A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33, okay. So, here see, first we have expanded this one along R1, okay. If you wanted to expand along R1, see, you just remember this signs, okay. So, thereby it will be easy to expand the determinant in any row or a column, and see, plus minus, plus, and here it is what, minus, and plus, here it is minus, and here it is plus, here it is minus, and here it is plus. See, if you remember this sign notation, it will be easier for us to expand in any row or any column, understand. See, simply we can write it as like this, plus minus plus, minus plus minus, plus minus plus. You just remember this one, so thereby it helps to expand the determinant in any row or any column, okay. See, and we have some remarks about expansion of a determinant. See, for easy calculation, we shall expand the determinant along a row or a column which contains maximum number of zeros. So, what does it mean? See, that means, suppose we have example here 1 0 0 1 2 some minus 1 minus 1 0 2. See, this is a determinant of order 3, okay. See, first you look at, see, R1 has 2 zeros, and R2 no zeros, and R3 we have 1 zero, and C1 we don't have zeros, and C2 we have 2 zeros, and C3 we have only 1 zero. That means we can expand along C2 or we can expand along R1, understand. See, if you expand along R1, here we have maximum number of zeros. So, it will be easier to calculate the determinant value, understand. See, how we are going to expand this determinant is, as you know that, you remember this, plus minus plus minus plus minus plus minus plus. So, okay, let us start with plus into 1, okay. So, what you are going to do is, so determinant of, you forgot about the first row and first column. So, what you left with 2 minus 1 and 0 2, okay. So, what is the next element will be? So, that is 0 we have, understand, okay. So, what is the next thing will be? Minus 0, minus 0 of what? You forgot about the first row and first column and write on the rest of the elements 1, minus 1, minus 1, 2. See, one thing you observe this. See, you will get the 1 value if you expand this. So, and that is multiplied with 0, it will become 0 again, understand. So, you can multiply 0 with anything, you will get 0, okay. So, similarly, you can expand this. So, first row and the third column you can delete it and write down the rest of the element in determinant form, that is 1, 2, minus 1, 0, okay. So, what you are going to have it here? So, 1 into, you can expand this, 2 into 2, 4, and what is this? Minus 1 into 0, it will become 0, minus 0, understand, and this becomes 0, minus 0 and plus 0, because since we have zeros over there, so it will become 0. So, then what is the value of this determinant? 4 minus 0 is 4, 4 into 1 is 4. That is how we can going to make the calculations is easier once we know the number of maximum number of zeros in a particular row or a particular column. If you get confusion, so you better expand along row 1 always, okay. Next we have one important, it is like a corollary, okay. See here we have a matrix of order 2 with elements 2 to 4, 0, and we have this is B, okay. This is B, matrix B, 1, 1, 2, 0. We have to verify A is equal to 2B. How we are going to verify that A is equal to 2B here is, okay, that is, what is the determinant of A, which is very easy to calculate, product of diagonal minus product of non-diagonal. 2 into 0, 0, minus 4 into 2 is 8. So, the answer is minus 8. The determinant of A is minus 8. Similarly, you find determinant of B. 1 into 0 is 0, minus 2 into 1 is 2, which is minus 2. So, now we can see determinant of A can be written as 4 into minus 2, it will give minus 8. So, I can write that like this. Now, 4 can be written as 2 power 2. So, 2 square will be 4. And what is this minus 2? Minus 2 is nothing but the determinant of B, okay. So, I can replace minus 2 as a determinant of B, or we can write determinant of A is equal to what is that? 2 times determinant of B, that is 2 square times, okay. So, now here what is the order here? That is n. So, this is a general thing we have written. So, here if n is equal to 2, that gives the order of the matrix, which is square matrix actually. So, A and B are the square matrix of order 2 when n is equal to 2. If this is the correct one, so we can able to find, see, A is equal to 2 times of B, which is very clear, okay. What is A? 2 to 4, 0. What is 2 times of B? 2 times of B means we have to multiply the scalar 2 with the matrix B. So, it will give the same thing as A. So, if you multiply 2 here, 2 into 1 2, 2 into 1 2, 2 into 2 4 and 2 into 0 is. So, that means this is, we can able to verify this, A is equal to 2B. If you are able to verify this, we can able to write this one, that is determinant of A is equal to 2 to the power 2 into determinant of B. That is how we can able to do it. So, in general we can able to do it. See, for example, if A is equal to, if you have some 3B, or suppose if you have 2B itself, 2B, but A and B are of order 3, then what is the determinant value? It is very easy to calculate with using this one. See, we can find a determinant as this, A is equal to, see, order 3, order is 3, okay. If order is 3, see, I can write 2 to the power 3 into determinant of B. I can easily verify with this one, with this statement A is equal to 2B, okay. See, we can able to generalize that. How we are going to generalize that? If A and B are square matrices of order n, then this condition is holds stood. That is, A is equal to K times of B, okay, where K is a scalar, any constant one. See, then how we are going to find the determinant of A is equal to, see, we can going to find determinant of A is equal to K to the power n into determinant of B, where the value of n can take 1, 2, 3. Here n stands for the order of a determinant, either it is 1, 2, 3 or the determinant of a matrices. Okay. So, that is how we are going to calculate with this an example. Okay. So, we practice an expansion of determinants of order 3. So, we are going to use that much in doing problems. Okay. So, practice on expansion of determinants of order 3. Okay. In the next class, we are going to start exercise 4.1, that is mainly depends on expansion of determinants, finding the value of determinants. Okay. So, of order 2, 3 like that, and something like we are going to find the values of x using the equal determinants and all. So, we will study about expansion of determinants in exercise 4.1. So, with this we can conclude the expansion of determinants. So, we see mainly in this class what you are going to mainly focus on about is expansion of determinants. Okay. So, how we are going to expand the determinant of different orders. So, anyhow we have only up to order 3, we do not have beyond that. Okay. So, first order anyhow we do not have. First, if you take first order, the element itself, the value of the determinant becomes the element itself. Okay. Suppose if you take second order, the second order becomes, second order is as you know that how you going to expand it, product of diagonal into minus product of non-diagonal, which is very easy to find. But whereas in case of the expansion of determinant of order 3, which is a very we can expand in 6 ways, understand. So, generally you fix for R1, expansion along R1, okay, it does not confuses you. Suppose if a determinant has maximum number of zeros in a particular row or a column, you can expand along through that particular row or a column. It makes easy calculations, you can find easily. So, next class we are going to do the problems on expansion of a determinants in the exercise of 4.1. Till then, sayonara.